SICC support independent content creators. I know that's right.
Topic driven.
Okay.
But when one takes
A word.
I'm not so wide, can't grow my screen.
All right.
It has no walls.
I thank you for gracing the panel.
Right. Ooh, what's up? Welcome. So I highlighted everyone in the chat, but welcome Levon and Miss Paulette Waters. It's good to see y'all in the chat. For those who are in the skybox, I do urge you to drop down. I won't take up too much of your time. How's my audio? Is the audio fine? StreamYard has been giving me some issues. You guys have been trying to do a number of things. You probably noticed. Let's see. What's up, Larry Sullivan? How are you? But we're about to get to work. Okay. I'm gonna bring you guys up to speed on some of the shit I've came across. Y'all know my walks be kind of unique because I often come into people that have an issue with me. So I guess that's different than what's going on in the sector. You know, I'm not a name that pay. Yeah, but I seem to be a name that ruffle people's feathers, okay, and pinch nerves. Among the fragile ones too. And surprisingly, most of them are men. Anyway, let me get to this shit, you guys. Let's see. Okay, I'm confusing devices. Oh, and I want to bring you guys up to speed too on one of the poll results or whatever. I stopped doing that over the weeks. I want to get back to that. So you kind of share what the people were saying. This dude been misbehaving. Okay. Come on, StreamYard. Work with me. GP, are you with us? Oh yeah. All right. So this okay. This relates to the topic of colorism, which been ubiquitous and everywhere in the sector, from channel host to channel host to channel host. And some people are convinced, well, I know that there is a thing of colorism. You will never like hear me like pretend like, oh, that's not a thing. I don't even know why you guys are bringing it up. A lot of people are tired of hearing it. I'm not. And where I am, like my location, has nothing to do with that, because I hear people say, oh, well, this is the beef sector. Yeah, and the beef sector is predominantly Black and Black Americans in this country. Of course, colorism is an issue globally, but we're speaking in these parts of the world. Black people are the bigger perpetuators of colorism, which differs from racism. But yeah, so when it comes up, like, I'm always wondering, well, I'm usually glad that it did come up, because I don't think we get to talk about it often enough, especially as much as it's brought up. Like, I mean, to demean or denigrate somebody. But when people ask me, "Hey, is this person colorist?" Now I'm learning to refer me to the statement or the action. You know, don't ask me, is Miss Paulette colorist? Tell me what Miss Paulette did or what she said, and then I can tell you if that's a if I deem it to be a colorist action or if I deem it to be a colorist statement. Um, um, I got to speak briefly with what's her name, MU, misunderstood, and it was on her. Yeah, it was on her. It was on her panel. So I hopped up briefly. Okay, with my damn question. You don't know how I do. And but I wanted to know what was the statement um behind the whole, like her being accused of being colorist. And I don't know if what she told me was the truth, but that's all I had to go on, and no one stopped me and corrected me, or corrected her, I should say. But she told me like it had to do with her going back and forth with TMO and her well, misunderstood went into like the reason why. She was like, well, after she spoke about my children, but I didn't even care about that at the moment. Like, I mean, I guess it may have some relevancy, but I didn't care about that. I just wanted to know the statement itself. Like, what did you say? And she said, hey, I flippantly turned around and said to her, um, damn, oh, you start like saying that she starred in the movie The Color Purple. Like meaning like she looked like she was of that time or of the characters that was, you know, whatever, the people that was in the movie, whatever. And I asked her, I said, was that all you said? And she said, yeah. So you guys, if you know any more, you can correct me and let me know. Like if she left anything out and omitted any truths. But just based on that statement, I don't think a person could take that and run with it and say that, oh, the person behind that statement is a colorist. Maybe the person behind the statement is. Maybe the person making the statement is a colorist. But what I'm saying is I don't detect any colorism in that statement. But yeah, like people who are colorists can say a lot of different things, but it don't mean that they have actually crossed that line. And I don't like to do the slippery slope theories. Like, oh, she's colorist and she made a color purple remark. That's like more slippery slope theory. Like based on the person, based on what you know of this person. Like yeah. So therefore, like this color purple reference have to be colorist. But no, it actually could be strategic fighting. Actually, if I'm going back and forth with someone, and at any point they let me know that any area that I'm getting at them in is gonna break them, like I'm gonna focus. Okay, I'm strongly focused in that area. Okay, I'm gonna place a keen focus in that area. Whether in crossing it or not crossing it, just playing next to it, playing next to that line. But no, but I don't detect it. And that's not to say that she's not colorist, but I'm saying in the statement itself, like no, unless you think that the people that played in the movie look bad, and that because a lot of them were dark skinned in the movie, right? Because of the setting and the timing of the movie, that therefore like they were less attractive or yeah, less desirable then like I think that's what a lot of other people, and I think that's part of the game that maybe misunderstood played. So she can say a hit dog hollered, and for a lot of other people, she can turn around and say, hey, obviously you guys feel that way because it never came from me, which is true. She didn't outright say anything like that, but maybe some people are sensing that because of who she is or because of what they know of her. I don't know. But I do have some statements since you guys are speaking about colorism and it's everywhere. I do have some statements not coming from me, but coming from my queen daughter. She had made some statements and it just kind of went by. And I'm like, wait a minute, like when did we get so keen on colorism? Like, because I really thought that I was like in a sector like where people ignored it, at least based on what the men do. Oh, and I've heard somebody speak about colorism in terms of gender and sex. That person didn't know what they were talking about. Okay. And they were saying not so much the men. No, the men. Yes, the men too. And like they were trying to like X out the men, like in terms of saying like men don't really perpetuate it as much. And they don't feel it as much. Like they're not targeted. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But I would like to play the receipts for you guys, and I would like you guys to give me your feedback on whether my daughter was being colorist, okay, and stepping out of body at this point, because no one says anything about this. And if you guys can make out that saying that someone starred in the color purple is colorist, then let me know where does this fall? Like, is this like extremely colorist? Like, is this overly colorist? Please let me know, okay? Let's get it.
At the end of the day, he looked like a slave. Yeah. At the end of the day, Sir Queen looked like a motherfucking slave. You know? That nigga is too motherfucking black. That nigga is dog. He got ugly skin. He looked like a motherfucking slave. Period. So, I mean, I don't understand what y'all got going on around here, man. You know? They're trying to hustle Mama D, Miss Bless over there, throwing slick shots at Mama D, trying to get that woman to motherfucking send her money and all of this shit. Mama D, you better not send her old ass a motherfucking thing. Look how she letting you get jumped on that panel, man. They jumping her on that fucking panel, man. That's fucked up. Sir Queen looked like a slave. That bitch looked like his ancestor that was picking that cotton, man. Oh, God. If you
Mm. Equipped with mocking what has happened to black people in this country historically and making ancestral insults. He spoke about the skin. He mentioned that. So that's what I'm saying. If y'all can detect like colorism just in a statement like, yo, you look like you starred in the movie The Color Purple. What do you make of that? Are those the words of a colorist? Because no one ever answered the question. And perhaps people can go into these erroneous rants about how men don't perpetuate it and how men aren't affected by it because they give passes to motherfuckers like that. Perhaps. Because, and that's why people here don't want to take y'all serious, because y'all seem to be very selective with who you choose to call out on this colorism shit. You know, when people have been called colorists for much less. This is what I'm saying. And none of y'all call out my daughter. None of y'all call out Queen Ken. Here goes. He goes on and on.
listen, I love music. That nigga so motherfucking ugly. Y'all know Jingo? Y'all know Jingo, right? Y'all remember that shit? From Jingo when that nigga said, Jingo, I'ma kill you, motherfucking ass nigga. That's how he look. He look just like Samuel L. Jackson when that nigga was on Jingo. Sir Queen is the ugliest nigga I ever seen in my life. I swear to God. And they got a lot of ugly motherfuckers on here. You dig? A lot of them.
That you have that's supposed to represents you that looks more like the likes of Jesse Smollett. Okay, I mean Ken is a brazen colorist, you know, and no one says anything. I noticed that all you do is park yourself underneath that colorist. Perhaps that's why people don't take y'all serious. Perhaps that's why you have people around here saying it's no such thing, you know. because they see the game that's being played here, the angles, that's being made. Okay, you guys are working angles out here. You can't apply shit across the board, which means it's not really a problem for you. It's not really an issue at all, because you guys allow Ken a pass, knowing that he hates the skin that he's in, and if he hates the skin that he's in, and he's not the darkest person, he definitely don't like the skin that you're in. You know what I mean? And y'all go around listening to this dude, and he's just talking about don't give that old bitch no money. No, don't give you any money. You sit here and dangle your wife's daughter before these people for sympathy and payola, okay? In the hopes that somebody would give to your broke bum bitch ass. You broke, cum guzzling, street walking, shiftless, unemployed, bitch made homo. Anyway, moving right along. Let's get it. So that's him out the way, okay? Juicy, okay. Moving right along, you guys. Juicy. Juicy had a little heyday. Okay, he was just being shady and reading, okay, being the church queen that he was, talking about features, of course. I think that's why he attacks avatars. Like, even if it comes back to smack him in his ass, because y'all know there's certain avatars that he have to respect. Pizarro is one of them. Okay. He have his tongue soaked, and I'm gonna leave that part alone. But yeah, there's certain ones like he have to come to respect. Okay. That makes him look stupid too. It shows that he's conflicted, that he can't stand in his ish. You see the concessions and the allowances that he peel off and make at convenience, at will. Okay. He's weak as fuck. But he was talking about someone's appearance and going in. I'm gonna play it. And you could tell he thought he was being cute and funny. But let's see. Let's hear this shit.
Lord, my goodness. Now look, I don't know nothing about Honest Row. All I know is he look like Raj on What's Happening. Okay. Romantic. I know this was no get down to get down. Now I know that wasn't none of that. Because baby, Honest Row look like Raj, okay, on What's Happening. I knew that is not the case. Girl. So nobody Stump Down. I ain't had nothing to do. I ain't introduced you to Stump Down. I didn't say Stump Down, this is Honest Row, this is Stump Down. You went over there on your own accord and met with him and then got threwed out. That don't have nothing to do with me, Roger. Okay. What's happening? Okay. It don't have nothing to do with me. Now you and Juan keep pro.
Talking about what's happening. Like doing that church shit. That church queen shit, I should say. Talking about what's happening. And so you make all these references to Honest Row, I guess, looking like Roger from the TV sitcom show What's Happening, whatever. And apparently, I guess you're taking shots because apparently, I guess you think Raj looks unattractive. And then he doesn't look desirable. That's the direction you're heading in. Passive. What? Okay, so from them from you not really being in the gym and losing weight, lots of weight in a short period of time, because you're really not losing anymore. You know what I mean? Like we're not seeing it. And most of it was like from your shoulders up. I do want to say that you would never give us a side dimension of what you're looking at. But since you've been doing that, you've been looking more and more like Rod. So I think that this is fucking projection. Okay. So I came across this fucking image of yourself, and this is a recent image. Like since you lost the fucking weight. Dude, when you throw on certain glasses and certain like hats, you look like a cross between Roger from What's Happening, okay, with your fat, skinny look, okay, that sickly shit from taking stimulus rather than being in the gym doing it the correct way, or the natural way, and you look like a black like perv, like Mr. Rogers, like a black Mr. Rogers, like you look pervy. But here's you, bro, looking like Roger, looking like the very thing that you're trying to call out. Weird ass bitch. He really think he's attractive. The fuck? Okay. Okay. Looking every bit of hide the children. Looking every bit of hide the children. What's wrong with this weirdo? You look like Raj since you've been losing that weight. Okay? And all them lines on your fucking face. And then yeah, I heard you talking about, yeah, of course I'm 52, what it's supposed to look, not like that. And that's why I stand in my shit. Like when others in here been trying to tell me you look your age, you look good for your age, you actually look older than 52. You see them bags that be under your fucking eyes? They look like scrotum sacks. Okay, like you have these little puffy, pussy filled scrotum slacks under your eyes when you take them glasses off, all that discoloration. Dude, like, and then when you get that side, when you give that side shot, like it really comes up when a lot of times when you're taking a walk and you happen to record yourself, you can't situate yourself in the same poised manner to show off I guess what you think your good side is. And when you turn to the side, we see that fucking beluga head, okay, and all that neck fat and that wing back fat you have, okay, and them damn arms dangling. Like there's nothing firm about that. Like you have, like I told you before, a booty cheek on each arm. Okay, you look weird out here. You feel weird. Okay, and you'll never lift up your shirt. Stop talking about people. Shit. Okay, NG way, y'all. BINGO way. Moving right the fuck along. Wait a minute. Let me look at the chat. Okay, first up, if you guys have not liked the video, please bring the lube bottle to the like button and like the video for me. If you aren't subscribed to the page, and if you're not really familiar over here, I am Yamain, and my channel is the MF and Go with Yamain. Please subscribe, and once you do, click the button to receive notifications, to receive alerts every time I go live, do updates. Let's get it. Let me look into the chat too, because I've been ignoring the chat. Okay, Miss Paulette, Laurie Sullivan. Hey, Zion Movements. Hey, Carrie, very Carrie. You guys, if you aren't subscribed to Carrie, please make sure you do so. Okay. Positive channel, a very positive channel. Please make sure you subscribe to it. Okay, that's it. Right? I haven't missed anybody. So that's it. That's in the chat. Thank you guys so much for dropping down into the chat. Oh, and Carrie, I did schedule this one. Okay, it would have been my first. Okay, so I know that process now. Let's get it. Okay, moving right along. I wanted to share with you guys something that's been collecting on my community wall, a poll result. And I name it, once I get the results, I name it The People Have Spoken. Okay, but about roughly 3 weeks ago, I offered a question, and it was pertaining, what was the question pertaining to? Apologies. It was pertaining to apologies. And the question was, is there an expectation of changed behavior with the apologies that you come to accept, right? By those who have wronged you. Let's see, 35 people voted. 83% said yes, with the apologies that I accept, I do expect change behavior. But 17% of the people said no, with the apologies they accept, I do not expect any change behaviors. You know, I do have thoughts on that, but am I going to share? No. I'm talking about the thoughts on the 17%. But to them, good luck. Yeah, because you might find yourself in cycles without the expectation of change behavior. Yeah, it's only but so many times you can do shit to me. And I do get the feeling like, even if it's on behalf of other people, that when I'm pulled into their cycles, I still feel like it's insanity. Okay, it's like doing the same shit over and over while expecting a different result. Like, why am I accepting your apologies? If you do not intend to change the behavior that offended me, that wronged me, like, why am I out here accepting your shit? But that's just me. This is me. Okay, moving right the fuck along, you guys. I'm moving this shit along. Let me look into the chat, see what's going on. Oh wait a minute, let me highlight that. Okay, I'm gonna get over here, you guys. I ain't gonna rush up. It's just shit. Some shit I want to highlight on the board. And this shit will cooperate with me. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Some weird ass shit. Like, but we're the only people that do that, and it's not just the colorist shit. Like, we're the only ones that be like shitting on our ancestors. Like, ooh, ooh, it's skin folk, y'all. Let me tell y'all about them skin folk out there. Oh, and Ken cannot read. Do y'all even catch like his spelling and what he does like with the English language? Like it's a fucking grammatical train wreck, a nightmare. Okay, like he uses like no punctuation. Like you have to see, it's like this run on madness I've never seen before. And I actually have seen grade schools. I'm talking about people with third grade education, children with third grade education, with a better grasp of writing and reading, reading and writing comprehension, that whole thing. Like, then Ken, like this dude is like illiterate or some shit. Like, let's get it. Like, I'm sure he doesn't read books, and that's why he doesn't. Like, you guys know who the content creators are that when they bring things to screen, they may like bring an article and that they're forced to read the shit. Like, even like when he go about like reading the grade school shit that we write in chats, and he highlighted, he struggles. This is what I'm telling you. This Yuckamouth ass struggle. It's like, damn, like you can't even like hold on to intelligent thought or the teeth in your mouth. Okay, like I said, his mouth, his teeth look like a mouthful of crustaceans. Let's get it. Wait a minute, I think I have an example. Before I go off, I have some other shit. Oh yeah, I do. I have, let me see, somebody put a new comment in the other chat. Let's see, reach out. Let's get it. I took a snapshot, screenshot. That's what you guys call it. Of just like a title that he wrote. Like, how do you know when a new sentence or a new idea begins if you refuse to use like punctuation, like commas or periods? How do you know? Like, this shit just, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know. Here's an example of this shit. I said, whoa. Sassy and Nina, but oh, Tree Dog and did it. Like, let me show this shit again. Make sense of it, please. So when he says and is Sir King lying, like if you notice in the word and, there was a capital A. So I guess that is the start of a new sentence. Let me look at this shit one more time. I'm blaming the failure of the public school system. Really. And maybe fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay. So yeah, like it's painful. Like when I'm logging and shit like that, when I have to make a turn and go in his camp in his direction to find out what my queen daughter's doing over there, yeah, it could be painful. You know, I mean, I really feel like my brain is like shrinking and shit, like evaporating. Like, or that to really hang over there and enjoy myself, I need a lack of a brain. This is what I'm feeling coming under this motherfucker. Who said that I can't speak? That was more like projection. He said this. This is how we come to argue. That one day that he decided was my day. And from then it's been on. But that day he said I couldn't speak. He wondered, I don't know whether I'm heterosexual or bisexual, all these other things. So yeah, he thought it was sweet like that. I'm on that ass. Not the way he wanted me to, okay? Because I like treads, okay? I like friction. I like walls, okay? And I am well endowed. I just don't promote it like the other people did. But even a well endowed person like myself, well, if I had the nerve to climb a toxic queen's back like Ken, I would have to nail a board on my back to keep from falling through him. You understand what I'm saying? I will be lost. You guys will be looking for me, putting out Amber Alerts and everything. Like, he has no walls, all of that lap dancing and shit for older men. Okay, for Pepsi points and Lunchables. Moving right along. Okay. Yes, very capable, well indulged. Let's get it. Um, who is this that I have up here? Oh, Big Man. Big Man was over on Honest Rose yesterday. You guys, if you don't catch Honest Road, make sure that you hop in every now and then. If you aren't subscribed to him, subscribe to Honest Road, whatever. He does commentary. I like it. But Big Man, he decided to get up on the thing. He made it all about him. Then he, oh my God, like I don't believe I said that it was over an hour. Like it was kind of painful. Like it came with a hurt sensation. Like I'm like, why am I over here in pain? And then I realized, like, yo, I'm trying to commit myself to watching this dude. Okay, so Bowel Movement TV was over there, and he was talking about like how people are jealous of him because of the women that he gets. Yes, he did mention misunderstood. He kept mentioning her while pretending he didn't want to talk about her. He kept saying, but I don't talk about her anymore, but kept bringing her up. Like Honest Road was not asking him about these things. And he was like, oh, she's still in love with me, but it's nothing that I can do. Like, what do you expect? And he's saying like he got it like that. The women in his sector, like it was this crazy, like dissonance. It was so much delusion. I'm like, oh my God, like he can't be normal. He can't be okay. Like I'm like, I mean, he was like really selling himself, but like in a way that like nobody would believe it, bro. Like you don't even believe it. Like that was the whole thing. Like I could tell he wasn't believing it. Like as he was saying it. So why get on here and say this shit? He went into this whole spill about how Duchess Scully loved is obsessed over him and keeps talking about him. And I'm not over there anymore. Because there's like a weak bitch over there that tries to wait for me to get into that space to try to do things. I guess they may feel protected, like I can't hit back when they hit, but that's why I stopped going over there. But he had said Justice is like keep bringing him up and can't take him out of his commentary, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but maybe you guys can fill me in because I haven't been over there recently. So yeah, but I'm like, I doubt it. I told him, well, when I got on the I, I told him I doubt that shit. He also talked the issue of him being hypocritical came up. Like he had mentioned how it doesn't sit well with him that people fat shame him. And he even mentioned like that he has health issues, which I figured. Lord. Anyway, but then it was pointed out to him, and this is a statement of logic, but like, if you feel that way, you might not want to fat shame others. And then he went into this whole gaslighting thing. Like, we know that he had fat shamed people, and one person, I'm not gonna mention their name, but like he fat shamed her. You guys may have an idea of what I'm talking about. Probably what your first thought is probably is the person. And then Kimmy name had come up, and that's where a lot of his gaslighting come up. He's talking about, oh, what picky doesn't mean fat. Since when? Since when? And he's saying everybody calls her piggy. So you go along. Well, everybody is fit, bro. Every man can see their penis except for you. You don't do what everybody do. And first of all, everybody don't do that. I don't call Kimmy piggy. And aren't we adults here? Like, it just got real weird. And the whole time, like, he was just trying to overcompensate by reaching into the audience, by people he knew wouldn't dare, like, challenge him, by saying, like, don't you love me? Okay, with slobber running down his legs. Okay. With slobber running down his legs into his IEP on the floor. Don't you love me? You and love. Oh, and like natural things, like he puts big man in front of you. Like to especially his fuckery. You know what I mean? Like when he's like trolling or being disrespectful. Like I noticed like over on Honest Rose, like he wouldn't call it that. He'll be like, oh, like when I go into big man mode. What the fuck is big man mode? I hope that includes getting in the fucking shower. Because you look like you smell like a bag of 1,000 asses. That's first thing. Yeah, like so it's the hypocrisy of him talking about other people's fucking weight. Okay, you built like a fucking mammoth. Okay? Yeah. Somebody oh my god, should I say it? But yeah, no, I'm not. But his favorite instrument probably is the lunch bell. I don't believe he said this. Like, and you talk about people who are smaller than you, dude. You really look like a candidate from 600 pound life. Okay. If you was to sit across the table from somebody, okay, which you would look like is a person staring from over a plate of pancakes, okay, with all of them fucking chins, throats, and necks you got. You big butterball, roly-poly, oompa-loompa ass motherfucker. And talking about people. You got all the girth and you can't even see your penis. And have it. So I know you won't wash it. Ugh. Shit. Your penis probably smell like skunk pussy. But let's gosh, I thought I was rolling out. But let me get to these two videos, okay? All right, I did my thing. I don't believe he said that.
Because
Working my nerves. You doing too much.
No, I'm not got bipolar. Because I've been talking to J True for like a while now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, she said you done cheated on her though.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I don't.
That now.
No, I didn't. J True, she know who Daddy is.
The day too. You need to go. Did she claim you? Oh, now, yeah, I mean, you need to ask her that in the chat since you want to know all my business. Did you and Tracy claim each other yet? Yeah, I mean.
What's up,
Oh,
Simply?
Oh, shoot. Dang. Damn, I should look at Dang. Oh, no, you did. Oh, Lord, damn. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, big man, you gotta stop doing that cheating now. You ain't gonna get nowhere doing that. That's for sure.
You said her name? Shit.
And of course, so you can see he brought me up. And of course, that's when he brought Tracy up. And you know, sometimes like if you see a graphic that I use of Tracy, I'll use it like you'll see it's like a fusion of her image through a card. Because there is a such thing as a fucking Tracy card in this sector. And whenever people are called to task, to be accountable for something they did, if they can cite an example of Tracy doing it or Tracy doing worse, they bring her up. And so, yes, and he did bring her up. And I told him, leave Tracy out of it. She has nothing to do with it, and hold your own balls if you can see them. Yeah, like, I mean, that's so feminine, like, especially among these men who bring her up all the time. When it's time for them to be on the, no, you in the hot seat, bro. Okay. Whatever can hold, you on the forklift or wherever they can like situate you. Big ass mother talking about he do everyday things like go outside. No, you don't. Your idea of going outside is yelling to your home healthcare aide to open up the windows. All right. Okay, as they come into your room in the middle of the night, 3 to 4 times in the night, okay, to turn you over to make sure that you don't get any more bed sores, okay, with a little maggots coming out of it. Boy, move around. Let's move around to the nearest exit, big draws. Oh my God. But yes, I did click that link, but he dies up. And why do men do that? From behind the bar, that pussy. They like to bring me up, but when it's time for me to click the link, like they hopping up, and we're men. Like, okay, let's have this conversation. Let's get it.
Yo, Simply got a man. She loves me for her real life.
He does the same thing.
Don't drop the link for y'all me, because I'm not trying to argue with y'all me tonight, because y'all me probably go over there to Tracy and have something to say. Don't drop that link for y'all me. I got time to argue with y'all me, because I heard him still in love with Tracy. But now I'm gonna get up out of here. Yes, I know. I need to get off here. But yeah, I gotta get off here because it's time for me to go get some R&R with J True and Simply A. So I'll holler at you later. I'll holler at you later, Honest Bro. Bye.
Okay, Big Man TV, thank you for coming up.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Y'all, what's up, y'all?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh Lord, damn! Just in the nick of time. Real quick, I would like to address Big Man. It was a question. And I addressed him, you guys. I behaved. I spoke the truth, but I behaved. It was it was no need. I'm in someone else's home. There's no need to for me to be at other people's bags saying crazy shit that would stop their bag. I don't know whether they're monetized or not, but I don't so I behaved, but I addressed him. But he did also mention what did he say about me and Tracy? Not that time, but it's when he was talking about a woman. He was claiming, her name was J Truth. There you go. So it was a woman by the name of J Truth that was in the chat. He kept claiming her, and I noticed he wasn't claiming him back. And I said to him, since he brought it up, I said, "Does she claim you back?" And when he read it, like he got his feelings and was kind of like speaking at me rather than to me while I was in the chat, And he was like, Well, first of all, why didn't you ask her? Well, because she didn't bring it up. I see that you're claiming her. I wanted to know, have you ever seen her claim you? You know what I mean? So he did that, and then he was like, "Does Tracy claim you?" Hey, I don't need to be claimed. But see how people be doing these things where they be like connecting me to different people and stuff like that. Like I've been on here for some years before me and Tracy even came to know each other. At least a year and a half. So calm down. Calm down, bro. Like that's not my start, my middle, or my end. Okay. And people like bringing up her name. They love it. That shit don't be doing nothing but exposing y'all. But I'm about to wait a minute. Let me look into the chat to see what I missed before I get out of here. Let's get it. Hey, hey. Okay, so welcome, Wild Seed. Welcome, James. Okay. Miss Paulette, I said that. Levon, I said that. Fifi, there you go. Hey, Fifi. That's okay. I think I got everybody. Oh yeah, and I did notice the other day when it was time for me to get off. I already paid my outro, but I could see that someone was on the link. Also, I think no, I didn't even drop the link this time, but I could see that somebody was on the link. But thank you guys so much for coming in and sharing with me. You know, it's in the late hours of the morning. I'm about to get out of here. Let me cue up some music for you guys and bring the loop, y'all. All right. Bring the loop, y'all. Hey.
Hello, new subbies. Until all, I am working hard to increase my subscription count. So please subscribe.
Everybody